Guys, I got a new whip in the garage, if you will. The CITYROW GO Max has landed. We've tried out hydrow, we've tried out ergatta. Now it's time to give CITYROW GO Max its time in the spotlight. Let's see what we think about this thing, but first, can we just admire this beautiful black pony that is here? This thing looks amazing. Let's see how it actually stacks up. If you've been thinking about picking up a connected rowing machine, understandably, you may want to see a breakdown of all the different machines that are in the space because there are aplenty at this point, and determining whether or not a machine hits your needs, gives you the experience that you're looking for, and that the machine actually delivers on the quality that you would expect at the price point that you'll probably be spending. It's important to really understand if that thing is going to do the thing for you, if you know what I mean. So let's take a look at the CITYROW GO Max and see how this machine stacks up and if it's gonna be worth your hard-earned coin. All right, so let's talk about the basics of this machine. First off, it is a water rower. If you're looking at this and going, this looks an awful lot like a water rower, well, that is because it's a water rower. Water rower tends to supply these machines for several different companies, ergatta being one, and what they do is they custom brand it. For example, they also make it for Orange Theory. So if you're seeing this tank and you go, I know that tank, you do indeed know this tank. With that comes the whoosh feel that water rower is known for, and it creates that kind of beautiful, quiet and meditative sound that comes from water. They claim it sounds like you're rowing on water. It does, it doesn't, but that's beside the point. It does sound soothing, I'll give it that, and it's quiet if you need a location that's quiet. Material build otherwise on this machine, you've got American ash wood, and then this is aluminum on the rail. The rail is the centerpiece, the feet go around it, which creates kind of a nice ergonomic design. It puts your feet right about where they should be. It's all painted black. It looks super sleek. I gotta give it to him for that. It looks like a really nice monochromatic piece of equipment that would look good in your living room, stored up against the wall. And so from that perspective, you've got something that sounds nice, something that looks good. That's a good start. Then up top, we've got a 19.5-inch monitor. It is supposedly sweat-proof. I don't know what that means. I don't know why I would be sweating on this thing. I feel like I'm doing something wrong if I'm dripping sweat onto this monitor, but I digress. It is sweat-proof. Then there's a speaker system, and I'm not normally wowed by things. I don't like, why would I really get excited about speakers? I first tried to go with my headphones. They didn't connect immediately, so I just went, all right, well, I'll test this on the speaker system that's here. I was actually wowed by the speakers, so I gotta give it to him on that. It created this really interesting stereo environment around me. I don't know how they did that or how the speakers are oriented, but it truly felt encapsulating to me as I was going through the experience. That's pretty cool. So from that perspective, it created a good experience with the machine. Now with any water rower, you're gonna get the nylon strap, so there's no clinking, there's no mechanical sound to it. For example, we'll go ahead and take some strokes just so you can hear it. It's smooth, right? There's always a little bit, in my opinion, on a water rower, there's a little bit of a disconnect, but I think you get used to that and you kind of change your feel as you move through the stroke. So from that perspective, all in, I think the bones of this machine, great start. Okay, so bringing it to the monitor now and the actual experience. Here's what you're getting. And I think this part's important. When you are considering buying a connected fitness machine, what you should be really purchasing is the experience you get through here. Now, if we look at the other connected machines that are out there, for example, some of them are giving you an on-water experience. Some of them are giving you more of a video game style experience. This is giving you that classic studio experience. And with that, you also get a decent variety of classes. So just quickly, I'll show you, we can navigate into the classes section here. You have HIIT, endurance, strength, yoga, and mobility. Now I've actually tested some of these out, and those classes are pretty enjoyable. I gotta give it to CITYROW, their instructor diversity is really great. You have a broad mix of instructors, all of whom really seem to actually know what they're talking about. They're not just rah-rahing you through the workout. They also have live workouts which then get posted after the fact. So a couple of the workouts that I was experiencing, you could see them actually talking to the people on the other end of the machine. Now, I have not done a live one yet, so perhaps that would be good for future experience for me. But with the breakdown of classes here, I did actually do one of these strength workouts yesterday, and I quite enjoyed it. The nice part being, this monitor actually swivels side to side, so you get a 30-degree. If I'm moving off to the side of the machine to do my dumbbell work, to do my floor work, you get that experience here. And that's nice so that I'm not having to, do this thing looking back over the monitor. All of a sudden it changed the experience to what I'm doing over here. Now, if I were to do a yoga class or mobility and I'm doing it on the mat next to me, well, that's gonna give me that same experience where, boom, I turn it and I can take whatever class I want. The benefit here being when you're buying a connected rower, odds are you're probably trying to put together some kind of home gym experience. Well, with this, you have all of your class types that you can take. You probably only need some dumbbells and boom, you have a pretty thorough experience. Maybe a mat next to you, add some dumbbells, maybe like power blocks, something that are interchangeable. And with 2 pieces of equipment, you could have a pretty full fitness experience. Now, obviously, that is important in so much as you actually like the studio class experience, following an instructor who's telling you what to do, and the machine is giving you feedback, and you can take live classes or you can take recorded classes, but you like the studio. And again, at the end of the day, the experience that this provides is what you have to enjoy. I think they do a good job in the studio. Typically, I don't love studio experiences. I prefer to do my workouts on my own, but I'll be honest, I wasn't turned off by it. I actually had fun filming and recording the workout. So taking a look at the classes wise here, again, I mentioned what types of classes. You can also break it down by the amount of time. You can choose your instructor. You can find community favorites. All of those things allow you to sort through the class types that you like. So if there's an instructor that you really like, for example, the class that I took was with Trevor Franklin. Trevor, nice job. I actually liked that. You coached me well and you had some good cues. And I love coaching and you were doing a good job, man. So if you're watching this, nice work. Aside from that, you got community favorites. Now I can also go to my tracking board where you can see it's not super full right now because I did that one workout with Trevor. But aside from that, it's going to give you personal records. You obviously are going to have all of your history or activity feed, things like that. So it's tracking in app. Then you can also go to Just Row, and this has been my critique on several other machines, is that there is no Just Row function. What if I want to do a workout that's not yours, but I still want to use the machine? Let me just row. I believe the other connected machines in the space have added those, perhaps after my review. I don't know if I had to do anything with that. Maybe I'm just patting myself on the back. But the point being, once you get into this, you can program your own workout, distance, time, whatever you need. Got it. And then once I hit play, it's going to populate some music, which is going to start playing for me. I can adjust volume left and right. I'm going to stop that. I don't know if YouTube's going to flag me for non-usage of that music, but then I can get into my workout and do what I need. And then coming back to the home screen, from the home screen, this is just a general dashboard. What you're going to find here is the live schedule. Again, it does have live workouts. There is feedback happening inside of those workouts. They also have collections, and this was something that I have been critical of in the past. You gotta help people learn how to use the machine. If you're here on the channel, by the way, you probably are here because you wanna learn how to use rowing effectively. Well, if you don't learn the movement, it's a learned movement. If you don't know that, it's not natural. Well, you're gonna get frustrated with the overall exercise. But if you understand how to move your body through space and time, well, it's going to improve your experience. And it seems as if CITYROW GO has figured that out by offering Master Your Rowing, a technique-based program. There's also the tutorials, which is getting started. I walked through that. It's basic, but at least there's a focus on getting something good to help you get started. Focusing on technique. The more you do that, the better your experience is gonna be, the better your workout is gonna be, the more calories you're gonna burn, the more fun you're gonna have, and the more you're gonna use the thing, and it's not gonna become a drying rack. Right? By the way, CITYROW, happy to provide some beginner tutorials. Just let me know. We can work on that. Anyways, that aside, the experience-wise, pretty great when it comes to that studio experience. All right, so at the end of the day, what do I generally think about this machine? Well, first and foremost, I feel as if I've given Water Rower a decently hard time in the past. But the more I use them, the more I play with them, I do think that they're growing on me a little bit. I do think that they're a good machine. Biomechanically, I've also knocked in the past foot positioning on water rowers. I'm happy with the foot stretchers being outside of the center rail. It's giving me a much better anatomical position on this machine. I would like to see seat being a little higher. Almost every time I sit on a water rower, I feel like my feet sit too high, so it creates this really impinged angle for me. So I would love to see an instance in which water rower could elevate the seat and change that angled position. I always just feel like I'm very compact up when I'm in the catch, and it just feels, I don't know, tight to me, if you will. But other than that, the machine rows like a water rower, which I said I kind of like. The monitor, I think it's a nice big screen, 19.5 inches. The audio is sharp. There's a great depth of classes. I enjoy having a strength class, for example. I enjoy being able to get off the rower and do that. I also think it's important that we spend time on mobility, yoga, things like that. So having that depth of classes, the instructors that I've seen so far, top notch. Good job, guys. Actually, pretty impressed with that. There are times where I feel like because it's a studio experience, the instructors feel like they have to put on a bit more of a show. And so they become a little bit, I don't know, a little bit too rah-rah, but the cues that I'm hearing from them would tell me that they're quality coaches and they actually know what they're talking about and they're guiding you in the right direction. So what do I think about this machine? Well, for a price point of $21.95, which is often discounted, by the way, you'll often find them just under $2,000, so in the $1,900 range. It's highly competitive in the connected space. And again, what you need to make a decision about is, do you like the class experience? I'll say that over and over again. And so if you like that studio experience, there's so much rowing and talking. If you like that experience, you're gonna get a good one here. You do have to keep in mind though that with that $2,000-ish price point, you've got $29 a month that you're gonna have to pay for a subscription, or something like $348 a year. So are you okay with that too? Because there's an ongoing cost to make sure that the machine stays connected and delivers that class experience. Now, you can also just pay for their subscription and download it via an app so that you could use it. Perhaps you have a rowing machine already. You could use the app, pay $29 a month, and you get the CITYROW GO experience on whatever machine you have. So, maybe there's a more cost-effective option. If you like their classes, you already have a machine and you don't want to land a new one. But if you do, you like the sleekness, you like the monochrome, the black, the American ash wood and aluminum and the sleekness of it all, and you're in the market for a new connected machine, well, maybe the CITYROW GO Max is an option for you. Whew. I'm sweating in these pants. It's a bad idea to wear pants to a workout. Whew. All right, so I'm curious, what are your thoughts? What do you think? You like it? You don't? Throw it in the comments below. And don't forget, hit that subscribe button. Let me know what you think. Get the chatter going. And I'll see you in the next one.